Well, as the smoke finally clears from New Year's Eve, we look back at the year that was. Donald Trump was finally impeached this year. Following the shutdown of the government at the end of 2018, continuing into 2019, many government departments were abandoned. Some initially thought this was just a ploy by Donald to rid himself finally of the FBI. But when its doors closed, they were quickly followed by the Department of Homeland Security. This resulted in a convoy of caravans, longer than you'd see on the Pacific Highway on a long weekend, pouring over the Mexican border. By the 4th of July, or now known as Cuatro de Julio, Trump had been impeached for refusing to speak the now national language, and Senor Vladimir Putin was presidente. Putin's first order was to pardon Donald and make him Secretary of State, or in Spanish, his bitch. In Australia, the Labor Party won every seat, bench and picnic rug in the March election. Bill Shorten became PM, but as his name suggested, it was short-lived. In true Aussie tradition, there was a change of leadership. Impossible to follow, but who knows why? But by Easter Sunday, John Howard was resurrected after 12 years of being cross. He immediately announced his state-of-the-art renewable energy policy, where he replaced solar and wind with whale-blubbered-fired power stations. The results were quick to be seen, as he was keen to acknowledge, with power savings across the electorate. No longer did voters need to prepare the evening meal in the electric oven. They could just leave it on the back porch. And Clive Palmer's pup party matured, as expected, into a dog. He is now working off his copyright breach with the band Twisted Sister, performing as their lead singer. Meatloaf is also suing him now, again for copyright. In finance, the Sydney housing market continued to crumble, particularly in relation to apartment blocks. While in global markets, Facebook bought Apple and a bag of grapes for $10 or 153 Aussie. Google gobbled up Amazon and Netflix folded like a house of cards. Talking of spacey, Elon Musk's SpaceX purchased from the receiver's Netflix platform and launched Space XXX with its ambassador, the First Lady of the United States, Stormy Daniels. In sport, Cricket Australia has declared it no longer wants to pursue this silly game. And in rugby league, players were charged with bashing, glassing and raping girlfriends, wives, fans, randoms, Uber drivers, each other, themselves. Give yourself an uppercut. And Serena Williams gave birth to her second daughter in September. A fair child who loves cheese and watches. They're calling her Roger. And David Warner finally released his tell-all book called I Done Nothing Except Cry. The forward and rear were done by Sonny Bill Williams. Oh, I'm sorry, I picked up the wrong slide. It's supposed to be 2018. 2008.